What's going on, guys? It's Ash from ASHTAGbricks here, bringing you another Let's Build. We're doing things a little bit differently today, as you can tell, because if you've seen either of the other Let's Builds I've done, usually, I record the footage, mute it, and then do a voiceover about, what I thought about the techniques and stuff. Today, I wanted to do something a little bit different. This is a one-take challenge. And as always, tech specs will be in the description because, polybags are real stubborn about actually showing the name of the set or anything. You can see the set number right there, but like I said, everything will be in the description. But today, as I get this bag open, let me just tell you, today is a very special day because over the weekend of Pi Day weekend, right, I was checking in on the analytics in the YouTube Studio app, as I do sometimes, because, I was just thinking, I'll check sometimes to see, hey, how's my latest video doing, anything change, anything I need to know about, and there was absolutely something I needed to know about, let me just tell you that, because I was thinking, oh yeah, I was trying to make sure I was in the right profile, oh yeah, ASHTAGbricks, 9 subscribers, then I did a double take and was thinking, wait, 10 subscribers. What do you mean ASHTAGbricks has 10 subscribers? ASHTAGbricks has 10 subscribers, and I that's right. If you haven't noticed, ASHTAGbricks hit 10 subscribers over Pi Day weekend, and I'm speechless. I was speechless then, and I've been speechless on the matter since then. I couldn't find, and yeah, I'm a little nervous that, of course, this is going to be the video that my dogs decide to sing us the songs of their people during. So if you hear them, that's fine, but I guess I just want to make this one-take challenge even more challenging. But yeah, I couldn't see, I think this person might have had their subscriptions private, so I didn't get to see it, but thank you so much to whoever subscribed. Thank you to all of my subscribers. I know I'm always saying this, but thank you so much. My personality is just not the type to think, oh yeah, of course people would want to watch this, particularly, with my perfectionist self. I couldn't imagine this. Double digits. This is insane. And so I just want to say thank you. I also wanted to do something a little bit special. This isn't a full-blown 10 subscriber special or anything. I didn't write a speech like I did for 5 subs just because, I thought that might be a little tiresome to some people. Let's see if I can actually get these shurikens in, which isn't Kai's usual weapon, the Sword of Fire, right? And Zane normally has shurikens. Look, I'm not as into it these days, but look, 2015, I was a huge Ninjago fanboy, just a huge Ninjago fanboy. I was the same way for Hero Factory, as I've said many a time. It was actually the same way for Ultra Agents. What really got me into Ultra Agents at first, if I can't get this in, I'll just put it in later. There we go, almost. But what got me into Ultra Agents was I couldn't put my finger on it at first, but I just loved the color scheme for Ultra Agents. And so, I was trying to figure out, why do I love this color scheme so much? And my parents actually reminded me, it's because it looks just like Tron Legacy. And I'm also a huge Tron fan. I've actually had a Tron video in the works for Geek Hotspot for a while now, but turns out I was biting off more than I could chew at the time because it required a bit of intensive research, and so I'll probably get back into doing that a little bit later, but it's like, oh my gosh, it's so right. That's so true, because it had the black and the trans blue, and it just did look so much like Tron Legacy, and so those were 2 themes I was really sad to see go. Thankfully, Ninjago's sticking around, so yeah, that's a positive. Let's see what we're doing. So this is Kai's mini dragon. I don't know what the official name of it, but this is what we're building. Looks like we're just building the torso, or the main body of the dragon right now. So far, it seems, and I don't have it with me, or else I'll compare. I might post a picture on Pinterest, just of a comparison between the dragons. But the first Let's Build, excuse me, the first published Let's Build I did was of the Ninjago movies. The Mini Green Dragon, was the one I did. Let's see. Oh, I see. Okay, so this clip is what's going there. Got it. So on one side it's going to be the ratcheted clip, and on the other side it's just going to be a regular clip. Got it. The first Let's Build was the Mini Green Dragon, and no joke, that is actually currently, as of the time of the recording this video, unless something drastic has changed, that is the most viewed video on my channel, or on ASHTAGbricks, I should say. And so, not that I'm trying to replicate anything, getting my directions mixed up right now, but I thought this might be appropriate because that was the most viewed video on my channel, and so now I'm actually, we've got, 10 subs. Oh my gosh, I just dropped something. This is part of why I have to cut sometimes, is because I'll accidentally knock a part off the table and cut real quick, because I don't want you'll have to wait on me rummaging in the floor, knocking against the tripod to do it. This is interesting. We've got, oh gosh, what are these called? The type of slopes that look like sort of half pyramids, that they're sloped from they've got the textured slope from 3 different angles. So those are, I'm assuming, supposed to be scales. Yeah, so what's next? Oh, we're doing the tail. Yeah, this is very much, from what I can tell, and I love the double-sided, male hinge pieces. This is so far very much like, the Green Dragon. And again, I can post that on Pinterest if you guys want me to. I've been trying to manage, all the videos, because I've actually got, this is the second video I have in the works with ASHTAGbricks simultaneously, or I should say that I've been recording. I seem to have, more ideas that I'm trying to work out, and then I've got, 3 videos in the works for Geek Hotspot, 2 that I'm prioritizing before the rest. But yeah, I've been super busy, so make sure, if you haven't subbed to Geek Hotspot, at least, please check it out, because, I'd like to think we do, I do kind of cool stuff over there. Oh, okay, so that's the trans pink piece, yeah, trans pink. Okay, so then we're going on the back stud, yeah. This is very interesting. So you can tell they are essentially just using the main techniques, and adapting the color schemes, which, I'm totally fine with that. There's nothing too crazy going on so far. It's just building up the main, core of it, setting up the joints and everything. Another cool thing that's going on, which, happy belated Pi Day and St. Patrick's Day to everyone, by the way. Another cool thing is going on is on the personal channel. I actually got the first video up and running. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. Certainly not all the way, because, yeah, I kind of just let myself get on a tangent, whereas, normally I try and reel myself in. But, yeah, that is the place, if you haven't heard me say already, that is the place to comment on videos from either channel, or ask questions, or do whatever. Ah, this is the head, I see. Oh, and the trans pink piece is going to probably be a nice, glowing, fiery bit. I will be able to tell once once we get done. But I wonder, would trans orange have worked better? Anyway, so if you have a comment you really want to put on a video, or if you have a question, or just any sort of verbal communication regarding #United right now, the best place and easiest place to do it probably is just going to a personal video, leaving a tag like Geek Hotspot or the video title or something like that, and then just saying what you want to say. That's only because, you know, I want to make sure and understand what you're talking about, so I can reply accordingly. Oh, so this isn't the tail, this is the neck. Okay, yeah, and it's got 2 joints in it. Yeah, I like that. I don't know if you guys know, but like in the Hobbit movies, where there's that kite, that dragon kite, that Smaug blazes and incinerates, that at first looked like a very like bad rendering of Smaug. That's what this kind of looks like right now. Oh my gosh, we're almost done. Wow. Yeah, so that's what we're doing on that front. Again, obviously it might not be the best solution, but that is the best solution as of, gosh, whatever day it is. 17th March 2020, I think. That's what today is. Oh gosh. Yeah, I was trying to debate, you know, would I want to do like a cut when it's done and like do the showcase, but no, I'm not doing that. I'm staying true. Oh, so we're doing the legs now. So here, if you want to get a closer look before I put it on, this is one of the legs. It's just 3 pieces, and I always love seeing how they do these small scale animal figures, or even like the humanoid figures too, because I mean that's just so simple. But you'll see once we get it on, that works extraordinarily well. Let's see, what else do I need? Okay, so that, and then 1x2 male ball joint. Have I said before? Yeah, I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I love the Mixel the Mixel style miniature ball joints. Those are the best. Those are, oh, so nice. Just look at it. Look at it, because you cannot do stuff like this with this range of motion, with this amount of stability and complexity in something so small. You couldn't do that. And again, I want to give you just a second. In fact, I'm going to take the whole head off and just let you view the torso for a second. So what you've got going on is this little, oh, I don't know what the thing's called, but total area is about a 2x3 plate. Looks to be about, I'd say 1 2/3 at max height, but that sort of little cup thing. And of course, it's not big enough to really truly hide anything, so they are being conscientious with the colors, I can tell, and trying to use gray sparingly, but that's fine. That's fine. It could be a scale or dirty. And then you've just got in the cup, you've got 2x1 female ball joints, as you can see, and then stacked on top of those are the clips with the segmented clips, where you've got 3 segments, and then on top of the top part of the cup, you've got on one side it's a 2x1 female clip with the clip in the middle, and then on the other side it's the same thing, but again you're introducing the red just like you did with the clips, and this time it's I believe it's called the click hinge officially, but everyone just calls it the ratcheted clip joint. And then you've just got, you know, regular red 2x4 plate, locking it and locking everything together, because I mean this is, I would have to use brick separators right now if I wanted to get this apart, and probably I'd have to take these detail elements as well. And I mentioned before, you know, you've got 2 of these essentially half pyramid, where it's got the textured bit of sloping on every angle, as, you know, sort of like scales. You know, I'm sure you can tell they've got these for this little 2x2 area, they've got all of that flat. And I'm assuming that's because if you look at it, here, let me get the packaging real quick. If you look, you can see, you know, Kai's supposed to ride right there. That's fine. I mean, if you want to actually have Kai riding on it in your display or in a play setting, I think that works nicely. But if you do want just complete scaling on there, and don't want Kai to be riding on it, because it does look, I mean, you look at this and you can tell it's a little out of proportion because of the fact that they're using a regular minifig with a micro scale model. I think it's perfectly fine if you're wanting that look, or again, if you're wanting just, you know, a cheap playset, because this, I mean, this is just very inexpensive. So I think it works fine, but again, you can always just, you know, get 2 more of these, or if you don't, maybe throw in a dash of gold and separate it out or something, because I think that would look nice. You know, have 1 golden scale would kind of remind me of Smaug. So it really depends on your preference, but you can always just add in 2 more pieces, just if you want the sloping, I mean the scaling, the scales to go all the way across. Okay. So, and I mean, as you can see, you know, I'm not going to spend any time on the head or the neck, because I mean, again, it's just like the legs. The neck is just 3 pieces. The head's a little bit more complex, but at a glance, you can see exactly what's going on. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it flat for right now, just until we get everything on. Looks like we need these, gosh, what were these called originally? These little robot arm things, and these are going to be, oh, these are going to be where the wing, this is going to help attach the wings. I was saying a touch of gold would go nice. See, and currently, I mean, there's just 4 pieces of gold right now. You've got the 2 robot arms, which are adding in the arching of the wings. And if you look at some of the full mini-scale models, minifig scale models, you see how they did the wings, and it looks very much like that. Like I said, I'm going to do, it's going to take a bit of preparation, but I want to do an episode of Technique Showcases, possibly 2, on scaling, because, I mean, that just looks, once we get the actual pieces that they're going to use for wings in place, that's going to look beautiful. Okay, and then also, we're doing the tail. Got it. Okay, I can tell the tail's going to be much, much simpler in how it's built compared to the other one, because in the other one it had like a couple of different pieces to be jointed together, like a couple of different ball joint pieces, each with like a couple of cheese slopes on them, kind of like this, kind of like the neck, except like I think it had, yeah, it had a sigh coming out of, like this piece was attached, or something similar to it attached, and it had a sigh coming out to be the point of the tail. And it had a couple of other pieces, like, to conceal the gray a bit more. So yeah, you can tell they're definitely going for a simpler, much simpler design, because we're now on the last step, and there's not another, there's not going to be another, just lost my words. Subassembly. There we go. I got it out. Yay. Oh, and we're just straight up using fire elements. Okay. That looks nice. I mean, it's not, again, it's nothing too fancy, and I think I will probably put a side-by-side of the other, you know, the other dragon, because this is definitely keeping parts costs down, which is making this poly bag more less expensive, or more inexpensive, whatever way you want to say it, which is definitely a good thing. So you can see now we've got the full breadth of the wings, and these are just regular multicolored translucent fire elements that you might find in Lego City. And here you have a much more decorative, this looks, yeah, this was probably from Chima, you know, when they did the fire versus ice thing, which I never got into Chima until after it was DC'd. I can't stand that cliffhanger. But you can definitely tell that if I hold Kai up right here and put the wing behind him, yeah, this was definitely originally a fire wing from Chima. So I can definitely tell what that is. So if we put in, let's see, is it supposed to be facing down or up? Oh, it's supposed to be facing to the side, but I'm not sure I like that as much. Yeah, I think, yeah, see, that looks very nice. I wish there was a little bit of overhang or something like that to cover the tail. But yeah, see, there's a lot of interesting techniques when it comes to the scaling and alternate uses of different parts to really bring it all together. And particularly with, particularly, I still can't talk, but we've got the, you know, the golden robot arms to give the arching, and then you've just got the fire elements, because it really does look like it's just shooting fire, which I believe this is supposed to be one of those energy dragons. It's not supposed to be an actual dragon, it's like one of the energy dragons, so it's very appropriate. You know, you've got the eyes, and you can tell that this one doesn't have binocular vision, but I don't think the larger ones do either, now that I think about it. And then you've got this little fancy tail, which, you know, you can rotate the fire element 360 degrees because of the way it's attached. Then you can turn this up and down. So, yeah. And then, of course, the thing with the most range of motion is probably either the legs because of the ball joints. But I think that's probably the head because, you know, it's got two joints like this, and I think that looks very good. And so you can really post the head in whatever way you want, and you could probably swap it out for some ball joints if you wanted. And again, this is a Lego, so you can edit it no matter which way you want. So let me just get, again, I'm sticking to the rule of no cuts in the video. Let me just get out the extra pieces so you can see what you'll be left with. Here's what you'll be left with. Extra set of shurikens if for whatever reason you lose those, or if you just want some more shurikens. You've got, looks like, two cheese slopes. One is dark red and one is trans orange. Then you've got two studs. One is an extra trans pink and one is an extra trans orange. I mean, not trans orange, actual orange, solid orange, opaque orange. So that's what you can expect out of that. I'm just, I'll pick that up in a second. But yeah, let's just take one last look at this. Yeah, it really comes together nicely, and I think, you know, the fire elements do give it a nice wingspan. Nothing too special with Kai. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video as I spin the dragon around and spin Kai around. I do like, you know, the reflective gold print on him. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Again, not too much fancy going on in the realms of techniques or clever building tricks, but I do really like what they did. And this does have a upper limit, by the way, so this is as far back as it gets, and then here's the down range. It has some interesting scaling and alternate uses of parts in the set. I really like that. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving a like on it, as it really helps out the channel. And you know, if you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing. Again, you know, 10 subs, I'm just honestly speechless, and that's saying something because I can talk a person's ear off. But you know, thank you to the 10 people who have subscribed and who have stuck with me through the inconsistent schedules and through the coronavirus and the toilet paper shortages, everything. I really appreciate it. You know, make sure to check out the bird channel, all the stuff, all the things. Set specs are in the description, and stay safe during the coronavirus. And I will see you. Wait, that's not my. And I will see you in the next video.